What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. Today we're going to be touching on a little more serious topic than usual. It's something that you may have encountered yourself, and that is body dysmorphia. This is a very common thing in the fitness scene, and lots of people tend to experience it, including myself. The Mayo Clinic defines body dysmorphia, or body dysmorphic disorder, as a mental health condition characterized by an overwhelming preoccupation with perceived flaws in one's appearance. Now, what does that mean in English? Basically, you see yourself as less muscular or more fat than other people would generally perceive you as. So, what causes body dysmorphia? There's a few things, but it all basically boils down to social media. So, fitness influencers tend to be extremely progressed in their career. They usually have really good genetics as well. They respond extremely well to stimulus and exercise or, weight loss, toning, stuff like that. And it's usually a big reason why they got into the influencer scene anyways. Something else that can trigger body dysmorphia is steroids. Not steroids themselves, but a lot of people, more than you think, are using gear. And whether they don't want to admit it because it's illegal or because it would ruin their public image, maybe they just don't talk about it that much. It makes you compare yourself to them and be like, why don't I look like these people? A lot of the time, it's because they're on steroids. And the final thing that social media does to make you feel this way is it only shows you the best and never the worst, or not even the normal. They always have, a pump. They always have the best pose, great angles, perfect downlighting, and they never really show you what they actually look like walking around on the street. So I'm just going to give you an example of what this looks like, and hopefully it can make you feel a little bit better about yourself when you're scrolling down social media. So this is an example of me. This is a picture that I took on July 8th, 2023. It is literally my profile picture as of right now on YouTube. And I'd say I look pretty good. I'm not even at a low body fat percentage, but I'm hitting the most muscular, or what I perceive to be the most muscular pose. I have great downlighting. It is the best downlighting I've ever seen. I have a pump. I just look great. And then you go to about a month later, actually. This is what I look like at the beach. I went to Myrtle Beach. We had a camera. We took some pictures. And I don't look anything like the first photo. I look, in my opinion, bad. And the only reason I feel that way is because of social media. Because I see how I look at the gym. I see how other people look all the time. See how it gets to you. And, that's not, it's not comparable. If you thought that I looked like the first photo walking around all the time, you're crazy. I have another example here. This photo was taken on September 1st, that same year, 2023. I went on a hike or something with my girlfriend. We found this big boulder. It was cool. And just look how scrawny I am. Look how skinny I look. It's not like she was using the fisheye lens or anything. It was just a picture of me. And in my opinion, I don't like how I look. That's because of social media. That's because of how I know how I look in the gym. This next picture was taken that same month. And just look at the difference. I don't even look like the same person. You could say I went on gear from picture A to picture B. It is, I am extremely vascular. I have a pump. I have a chest and arms. I did not have that in the first picture. And my point here is that social media is only going to show you the better pictures. I did not post that first picture anywhere. I believe I put it the second picture on like a Instagram story or something. These fitness influencers who are a lot more muscular than me, a lot more trimmed down, they have the same problem. They look like normal people walking around on the street. And when they go and they post something online, it's not going to be that. It's going to be them with a pump, with downlighting, hydrated, sweaty, looking great, honestly. And that's all you see on social media. And these are the things that make you start to look at yourself and be like, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. So here we have a very well-known creator, Will Tennyson. I think he's like a year or two older than me, and as far as I know, he's a natural lifter as well. And we just have a YouTube short of him, kind of talking about the same thing.
Just finished my workout. We're gonna compare my physique now versus me right now. So I just woke up, no special downlighting, just my natural self, no pump, and this is what I look like. People get really upset. You go to the gym, you look at yourself in the mirror, you're freaking jacked up, pumped, sweating, crazy lighting, looking in the mirror, and you compare yourself to that moment, to when you just wake up. And that's not fair, and it causes depression in people. It makes people feel like they're small all the time, and you go down this circle, and then before you know it, you're like in this really deep hole that you can't really get out of. I posted this not that long ago. Look at that. People on Instagram see that of me, and they think that's what I look like when I walk around all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like a totally different person in that picture than he looks like right here. And I'm happy that he posted this YouTube short here, because a lot of creators don't have the balls to do that. They just don't have the guts to tell you that they're not perfect, because it makes them money, it gets them clicks, it gets them views. And I think it's a really good thing he did here, showing you what he really looks like outside of the gym, outside of the pump and the downlighting. I have one more example here. As of the time of making this video, Jeff Nippard had just recently posted a video that's pretty controversial. He has specifically two people that almost everybody agrees are not natural, and Jeff claims that they are natural. And I'm not gonna open that can of worms right now. That is a topic for another day, maybe. But in that video, he does something very similar. Let's just watch the video, and you'll see what I mean.
Once we switched to more spotlighting, everyone went from natty to enhanced in a 1-second transformation. Here's another visual. This is what I look like just standing in my kitchen under normal lighting with no posing and being filmed on
He's still jacked. Don't get me wrong. He's still very jacked, but
an iPhone. All I did was run downstairs to my posing room, flicked on a spotlight, hit a most muscular pose, and switched to a Sony a7S III camera. That's a big visual difference with less than 1 minute between.
So I just want you to look at this and just understand that this is what every fitness influencer does to you. Every single one of them is hiding that first picture right there on the left, and they're showing you only on the right. And I'm willing to bet you that Jeff would look even better if he had a pump and was extremely sweaty. I know that sounds weird, but it gives you a better look. And just changing the lighting was enough to make him go from left to right. It looks like one of those 1-year transformation YouTube thumbnails. Okay, so you have all of social media throwing these unrealistic expectations at you every day. What can you do to make yourself not feel so bad? Well, I wrote down 3 things that have helped me, and I think can help you too. Number 1 is pump covers. I know it sounds strange, but it helps you forget what you look like in the gym. And it creates what you look like outside of the gym as normal. When you go into the gym and you get a pump and you have all the mirrors on every wall and you're looking at yourself in the vascularity, and you look a lot better. And you start to go home and you look in the mirror once the pump has died down, and you're like, what the hell? And you start to dislike how you normally look. it's important to, at least for a good chunk of the year, wear a pump cover if you can handle the heat, because it takes that away. So when you look in the mirror, you just know what to expect. You don't have that unrealistic expectation of being pumped and vascular all the time. So that's one. Number two is very important. I actually did this for a long time. Limit social media. Just, if you can, get off it, man. You know, unsubscribe from the people who are just showing you the aesthetics and stuff like that, and start to follow the people who are giving you more information, outcome-driven content. Some good examples of this are Jeffrey Schofield, Jeffrey Verity, however you say it, man. I'll link it in the description. Jeffrey Verity Schofield, Bald Omni-Man, I just recently started watching, and then Basement Bodybuilding, I also recently started watching. These guys are great. They're very active in the comments section. They talk about how you can actually improve yourself while not always rubbing it in your face that you're not as big as them. I know a lot of social media influencers just have a different type of energy, and these guys seem to be very humble. Basement Bodybuilding, I swear to God, he wears a sweatshirt in every single video. I've only seen it in the thumbnails of him actually flexing. And then finally, number three, remind yourself that perfect is not equal to average. So what do I mean by that? On social media, the average picture or video you're going to see is like peak human performance. It is peak physicality. These guys and girls look amazing all the time. All the time. In reality, they don't. Remind yourself of that. Remember, fitness is a journey, not a destination. It's about the steps you take every day to get towards your goals. You should be able to feel good about yourself every day because you work towards your goals. Remember that comparison is the thief of joy. It's okay to compare yourself to people sometimes. Why would you ever progress if you didn't know that there's a higher level to achieve? But constantly comparing yourself to these nearly perfect people online, it's not good for your mental health. You got to remind yourself these people aren't actually perfect. They're only showing you the most perfect point of their day. It's not that they look like that all day, every day. It's just that they know how to take pictures. They know how to set up a shot. And just remembering that is going to make you feel a lot better. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is something that you can actually accumulate by thinking about this stuff all the time. And it slows down your gains. It can increase your fat storages, and it can decrease your muscle building. So just focus on de-stressing and not worrying so much, and go at your own pace. The gym and fitness, it'll always be there. You don't have to catch up to anybody. You can do it your whole life. I know this was a little bit more of a serious topic than usual, but I feel like not enough people are talking about it, and I just wanted to remind you guys that, you're good. You're not lagging behind, okay? It's a journey. It's a process. It takes time, and yeah, some people take shortcuts, but even those people, even people on gear, look at themselves in the mirror and still think they're small. It's more of a mental thing. The answer isn't so easy. It's not just going and lifting more weight. Sometimes you just gotta sit down and fight the battle that's going on in your head first. So I appreciate you guys watching. Keep up the hard work. Keep at it. You'll achieve your goals if you stick with it. I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.